only thing hotter than Hansel right now was the Cleveland Cavaliers three-point shooting in last night's rout of the Atlanta Hawks. It was 74, 76 points at halftime for the Cavs. I really thought they were going to win by 160. They set the three-point shooting record for a playoff game, 25 threes. They were 25 of 45 from the three-point line. And while the strategy frowned upon by people like Greg Popovich, who can find a ways around it, and taken to whole new heights by the Golden State Warriors in this season alone, you get hot from three, you're not going to lose basketball games. Pretty much ever. That goes from the college level to the NBA level. J.R. Smith, though, in such typical J.R. Smith fashion, when he's on, will not miss. Yeah. Will take every shot, by the way, but he will not miss. He had 7 three-pointers, most of which in the first half. But keep in mind here, J.R. Smith can go take 12 threes in the next game, and don't be surprised if he hits 2 or 1 of them.
And the best thing about that is we can throw up a brief clip of LeBron James. A reporter asked him, would he like to be J.R. Smith for a game, and whether or not that would be fun. So take a look at this video.
Do you ever wonder what it would be like to play like J.R. for a game?
That's almost a trick question there. What do you mean by that, where you can just shoot any shot that you want? Yeah, JR he's the only one on the team that has the ultra green light. It's like fluorescent. Coach says, hey, JR, shoot it. And I just think it puts him at ease when he's able just to know, hey, when I'm open, or sometimes when guys are even not close enough, just let it go. I think what's getting overlooked in this whole thing is the other side of the floor with JR. Obviously, his reputation is shooting threes and making threes, and I know he had multiple games with 8 made threes, but people are overlooking what he's doing defensively.
So it would be fun.
Yeah, no. Look,
taking shots from everywhere.
Of one of the best celebrations in the history of the NBA is J.R. Smith's three-point celebration. But to continue with this in general, the Cavs look good, and also. But keep in mind one thing. The Hawks can't beat the Cavs. They actually have not beaten the Cavs in the last 10 postseason games. And I don't think this is going to change when they go to Atlanta. Maybe they take one game on the road. But 2 analysts, which I mentioned on Monday, one of which being Chauncey Billups, ironically said, the Hawks heat up from 3, they can maybe take 2 games from the Cavaliers. Don't let the Cavs heat up from 3, though, because you're not going to take anything. And then, of course, we also go to our good friend Charles Barkley on TNT, who had some interesting words to say, because he claims the only way the Hawks have a chance in the series is if they take out one of the Cavs' better players. Francis, what did Charles Oakley, longtime NBA player, have to say to that?
Well, he basically responded on Twitter, as you see here, throwing up the tweet, and said that he was never, he's acting tough. He was never that tough, and now he's hiding behind TNT. Now, Charles Barkley, we know, notorious for ruffling feathers. I love Charles Barkley's enthusiasm, his comments, and he's always one to put himself out there and disregard really what the response is going to be. We've seen this now in a couple of sports where people will say things that we know are necessary in sports. We know that there's some goings on that you're not proud of. Like, we remember the stupid questions that were asked to certain athletes concerning Cam Newton. Or what would you do to Cam? Basically trying to gauge the answer. Oh, I'd take out his knees. Oh, I would do, like, just stupid things that you don't want to put out there into the media, because we know these things go on, but we don't need them thrown around. I was a little surprised that Charles Barkley would say that, because if you have to take one of their players out in order to beat them, then you don't deserve to be playing against them in order to beat them. You're not good enough then in that situation, because we know that the Cavs, and by the way, that still wouldn't make, still wouldn't allow Atlanta to beat the Cavs. Cavs will beat them even if they did lose a Kyrie Irving. Whether or not the Cavs will win or have a good chance at playing whoever they're going to play in the West without Kyrie or Kevin Love, we already seen that last season. LeBron did everything that he possibly could. There was not one ounce of his body that wasn't hurting after last season's playoffs,
for sure.
Carrying everyone. I personally don't like that comment, because I want to see the Cavs fully fit and healthy. I mean, Kevin Love is praying to every basketball god at the moment. Like, he went down with his ankle sore, then his shoulder was sore. Keep him fit. I want to see a fully fit Cavs, because I would love to see them face off against, if it is Golden State or the Spurs, fully fixed. I think they've got every chance. When Kyrie Irving is able to do Kyrie Irving things, as Jason Rubin would put it very well, he is phenomenal. And he's not a point guard. LeBron James is basically calling every play that you can see in that team. And when he allows for Kyrie Irving to do what he does best, which is scoring at times, I know he's got amazing passing and ball handling skills, but his scoring, you can rely on LeBron James's passing and utilize Kyrie for scoring and Kevin Love for scoring. So if they keep that dynamic well, it's going to be a good final.
Yeah, you got to let Kyrie be a scorer, which is something that I think took a little bit of time to get used to, because at first he was simply the ball handler. He was doing, and I don't say this in any wrong or degrading way, he was being a Russell Westbrook. And being a Russell Westbrook in the team does not fit. It's not their system. And what Russell Westbrook has to do for the Oklahoma City Thunder is entirely different from what Kyrie Irving has to do for the Cleveland Cavaliers for these teams to be successful. So allowing Kyrie to be a scorer and not worry so much about passing or assisting is great for the Cavs. Equally great for the Cavs is what they've been doing with Kevin Love. By the way, can we go back to October when I'm sitting here saying before the season, don't believe the BS that you're going to see when the Cavs are, 12-12 to start the season? They're actually much better off in the beginning of the season. But this happens every single time. Up, the Cavs lost 3 straight. What's wrong with the Cavs? Why is it in play? They fired David Blatt. Oh, my God, they're done. They're not going to make it. They're going to destroy the Eastern Conference. It's not even going to be close. And then my favorite thing about every media speculation with the Cavs are the callers when I listen to radio shows, because so many people call in and say, the Cavs don't have a chance to win the finals this year. Like, even with everybody healthy, they just don't look like a team that can win. And you think to yourself for a second, if you get to the finals, you damn sure have a chance to win it. Anything could happen in a 7-game series, or even shorter than that. But no, keeping to the Kevin Love situation really quick, what they've been doing with him, which is amazing, is constantly finding the mismatches on the elbow for Kevin Love, which is a beautiful thing to see. Also, which causes nightmares for any matchup, is Kevin Love can kind of pop out. He can get in that position, find the mismatch. LeBron will fake to him, get it to Kyrie, and have Love drop back, and they just swing it right around to the corner and let Kevin Love drain threes from there too.
There is no sport in the world that emphasizes the term "it's a marathon, not a sprint" than basketball. And far too many people will jump on board with the sprint. They'll jump on board with the teams that come flying out the blocks. We all were thinking that the Chicago Bulls this year were going to be a phenomenal team in the East because they had a decent start. They looked as if they were finally getting a lot of their different moving pieces together. But it's a long season. Injuries will happen. Fatigue happens. It's about the team that goes into the postseason, because that's all that matters. Is if you can get a place in the playoffs. This is the difference between American sports and other things. It's not a league finish. Yes, you get the better seed, but if you get into the playoffs and you are a team that's thoroughly moving forward, like the Trailblazers, then you're going to have every chance at doing good things in the postseason. So when I see the team like the Cavs, who we've always listened to the media disregard because they didn't flow as well. LeBron James unfollowed them on social media. Fuck off. We always knew that if they were fit, they're better than any team in the East. And that's not saying that upsets don't happen, but as long as they stick to what works for that team, they have every chance of causing an upset, because it would be an upset if they won it, I still think, because Golden State are still a better team for me. Spurs are still a better team if they get past OKC. But that's what makes this sport so encouraging to me, because there's different things that go into it, and there's different ways that the game can come about.
Last thing I wanted to mention was even the Atlanta Hawks social media account was trolling themselves when they posted this tweet at halftime of the Cavaliers score and then a crying Michael Jordan face instead of the Hawks score. They scored less than 40 points in that half. Oh, man. It goes back to Atlanta, right? And that means a lot because, as Ben Mank always says, the playoffs don't start until you lose on your home court. Every series doesn't start until you lose on your home court.
Good Ben impression.
That's what Ben does, right? But where I'll agree with him is this. So lastly, a little more NBA news for you. Tonight, okay, the Raptors play the Heat. If the Raptors lose another game on their home court in the playoffs, I'm going to spear them. They will be done. If they win, you have a chance. I'm actually rooting for the team to play well, to play like they do during the regular season. But this Kyle Lowry garbage got to stop, okay? It has to stop. If he continues his 30.6 shooting percentage, which he's been shooting through this playoffs, it would be the single lowest mark in NBA playoffs in the last 50 years. So please, for F's sake, take a good shot for once this game, not a half-court heave, even though it was beautiful. All right. Also, Paul George might be going to the Lakers. So comment below with all that stuff. I know I saw some comment threads in our comment section about, do you see Paul George to the Lakers? It actually could happen. I want to see what you guys' thoughts on that are. But leave it to the Hawks and the Cavs. They'll be back this weekend with more J.R. Smith celebrations.
Finish on that.